We all know first aid kits are supposed to have band-aids and some ointment. They might even have some sample painkillers like ibuprofen or acetaminophen. However, if your first aid kit doesn't have much more than some various sizes of band-aids, your first aid kit is incomplete. We need to think about first aid kits like insurance policies. You never want to need it, but you really are going to be happy if you have one, and you do. For a complete comprehensive list of everything you could need in your first aid kit, head over to leadsecurity.com. There you're going to find our paid online training, which consists of more than 60 training videos and hundreds of downloads that are going to help you build your volunteer team. It's going to help you lead your volunteer team, and it's going to help you prepare for all kinds of emergency situations. In today's episode, we're going to be going over some, well, let's call them uncommon items that you should have in your first aid kit at your church. Some of these things are going to require some purchases, but they're going to be well worth the investment. And before we get into that, let me also tell you, none of this is paid for advertisement. There are no links that I'm going to be putting that are going to help me make extra money. I'm just giving you some tools or giving you some ideas for some tools that you might want to take advantage of. Before we get into that conversation, you guys know what to do. Make sure you've subscribed to this channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our content that we're posting here every single week. And if at any point you find something to be valuable in this video, make sure you smash the like button so you let us know that we are headed in the right direction. Now, let's jump into this list. The first item on this list of uncommon items is going to be Eyewash solution. I know we're at church and not chemistry class, but Eyewash solution is incredibly valuable to have on hand. Not that long ago, I was taking a walk with my wife. She saw this squirrel that was jumping from tree to tree, and at just the right time, or wrong time, she looked up to see the squirrel jumping above us. Now, unfortunately for her, the squirrel kicked off a small piece of bark directly into her eye. We ended up having to get her to an eye doctor so we could get the bark out before it caused long-term damage. Now, the point is, freak accidents happen. If we're going to serve our communities in the areas of safety and security, getting some Eyewash is a simple addition that can prove to be very, very useful. The second item on this list of uncommon items to put in your first aid kit is trauma shears. When emergencies happen, you sometimes need to cut clothing away from the body in order to administer first aid or even CPR proficiently and effectively. If someone's had a nasty burn or a laceration, you might need to cut the clothes away so you can examine the situation a bit more so that you can administer the first aid that's needed. If someone's in cardiac arrest and you're ready to put your AED to use, you'll likely need to cut off a shirt in order to save the person's life. The safest way to do this is by using trauma scissors. They have a flat edge on one side so that keeps you from accidentally cutting or stabbing the person that you're trying to help.
Here we go.
The third item on this list is electrolyte tablets. A study by the Journal of Strength and Conditioning found that roughly 75% of Americans are actually dehydrated on some level. A lot of people wonder why they keep getting these headaches, especially in the summer. And sometimes it's from barometric pressure, but sometimes people have a lot of headaches because they're just simply dehydrated.
And that's what I call high quality H2O.
The reason electrolyte tablets are so important is because they contain essential minerals that your body needs for function. If you have someone maybe at a church picnic that's showing signs of dehydration, which could be confusion, their skin looking a bit pale, or even signs of possible fainting, like they're saying that they're needing to lie down, like they feel like they're about to pass out, it'll be really beneficial not only to have a bottle of water, but also have electrolyte tablets that you can put into that bottle of water to help regulate their fluids. The fourth item on this list is antihistamine cream. The amount of things people are allergic to is almost endless. Bug bites, pet dander, man, people are allergic to grass. The list really does go on. Remember, safety and security isn't always about stopping bullets and bleeding. Church security is all about serving our communities, and sometimes the simple things like antihistamine cream makes a massive difference in people's lives. We're almost at the end of this list. Coming in at number 5 on this list is QuickClot bandages. In any emergency survival kit, QuickClot Gauze is absolutely essential. QuickClot has a mineral that's woven into the fabric that accelerates your body's natural clotting processes. QuickClot is a staple in survival kits and in disaster preparedness kits. Years ago, I had a Doberman. Well, actually, I had a couple of them, but my male was an absolute baby about everything. He would cry if there was a storm or if there was just a loud noise outside. Now, one day when I was cutting his nails, he jerked and I cut one of his toenails too short, which caused him to bleed like everywhere. This was before I had QuickClot Gauze. They hadn't developed the gauze yet, but we had the powder on hand. I put my dog's paw in a little pile of the QuickClot powder, and it worked. I'm telling you, it worked like a charm. When you are in a situation where you need to control some bleeding, you need all the tools that are accessible to you, and QuickClot is one of those incredible tools. The last item on this list is an anti-choking device. We can do all the things to keep all of the choking hazards away from our little ones, and somehow they're still going to find a Lego or a coin or even a marshmallow that they can choke on. Now, you need to ask yourself if you're prepared to perform the Heimlich maneuver on a child. Are you mentally and emotionally prepared to squeeze a child in a desperate act, sometimes accidentally breaking bones in the process in order to save a child's life? Here's the thing. I think most of us would be able to say, yeah, I'm up to the task. But I also think if there's a tool that is available to us, we ought to take advantage of it. An anti-choking device uses a one-way valve that acts like a plunger to pull whatever is blocking your airway out. They really are lifesavers, and depending on the brands, you can get a child or even adult-sized mask. We keep one in our nursery, which is close to our preschool classroom. We have another one that's placed in our main sanctuary's first aid kit that's located in our security office. And since we have a kitchen that we regularly utilize for church dinners and events like that, we put one in there as well because, well, why not? If you've hung out to the end of this video, I want to extend a thank you, a genuine thank you for hanging out. If you're here, it's probably because, well, you found some value in this video. If it's true that you found value, please do me a favor and hit the like button. If you aren't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell so you don't miss any of our content that we're bringing to you every single week. I will catch you in the next video.